girl. Good, good, good. Heel. 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 Sit. Down. Good girl. Good girl. Heel. 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 Good girl. Come on. Heel. Heel. Sit. Down. Good girl. Heel. Good, 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 good. Come on, baby. Heel. Heel. Good girl. Sit. Down. Good girl. Good, 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 good. Heel. Heel. Come on. Heel. Sit. Good. Down. Good girl. Good, 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 good girl. Here. So there's an update on Basildog's heel, sit, and down. And she's doing pretty good. We've removed the pet cots for down. We started conditioning in the command. I'm still having to, guide her down with a lure, which is my hand, but that's okay. It'll clean up. Also, I wanted to talk about the command heel. This dog came in pulling like a freight train. I mean, when she came in, she was like all over the place. And with heel, it's such an important command. We spend a lot of time on heel. And what I mean by that is that we try to condition in the command so the dog really understands the concept of what heel means before we even take the dog on the street. I had a conversation with somebody yesterday, and that person was asking me, how do I teach heel? How long does it take? What tools do you use? And things like that. And this is what we do. We do this a lot. We do more of this, especially in the beginning, than anything. Because the heel command, again, we treat it just like sit, down, here, place, kennel up. We spend as much time on heel as we do the other commands, if not more. So it's like unrealistic, to get a dog in and just start taking it on the street. I mean, usually the dogs are either hyper vigilant or they're distracted, they've got issues. And so what this does, it slows the dogs down, number one, and it really embeds into their brain what heel means. So when we start doing this, we start with the cones like closer together, but those cones are probably 15 feet apart. And when we probably start with the cones, depending on the dog and the size of the dog, it could be anywhere from 4 feet to 5 feet, 6 feet, 7 feet, it just depends. This isn't an exercise we use the e-collar for either. And so what we do is we'll do a lot of this, and then start incorporating sit, then teaching down, and then do what we just did, heel, sit down, heel, sit down. And then what we'll do is we'll actually remove the cones and go around my cul-de-sac. And when the dog's good at going around the cul-de-sac, then we'll take the dog on the street for a walk. There's plenty of distractions out here in the cul-de-sac, but there's more distractions on the street. So it's like there's no reason for me to take a dog that comes in for training on the street if it doesn't understand the concept of heel. Also, all dogs need exercise, all dogs need to be walked, but the dog is getting more exercise doing these drills for 8 to 10 minutes than it is dragging me or anybody else down the street for 20 minutes. Plus the dog's learning and it's building a relationship. As far as tools go, we use tools to help dogs learn. That's the purpose of tools. I prefer an e-collar with either a martingale or a slip chain. Sometimes we use star mark and pinch collars. Don't use a whole lot of pinch collars and star marks, but we do from time to time. But if you do your foundation work and you do your collar conditioning, foundation collar conditioning, by the time you're ready to actually take the dog on a walk, you can remind the dog when it gets into the wrong position or he gets distracted. So anyways, guys, that's a Basil check-in. She's awesome. And we're going to do some recall here and then put her up and do some socialization. So have an awesome day, guys. See ya.